So, part of that whole, what do you do after work? How do you unwind?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, kind of commented on it and said some things. We said our bit, but man, when you're sitting in that car, when you're taking that slow walk to the door, like what's your mindset? How are you? What is it that you're thinking about? I know you're trying to unwind, but what are you unwinding from?
Out there.
Like work
from just the fucking
work,
outside
the
world
drive.
here,
I know sometimes it's
just the fucking world out there, man. That's what I'm unwinding from. Everything that I have to be out there that I don't have to be in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm unwinding from having to do whatever it was, whatever I had to dredge through, whatever I had to deal with, whatever dilemmas I went with, whatever problems, whatever issues, whatever. Man, how many things do you go through in a day where you're just like, son of a bitch?
And a lot, because you kind of keep your mouth closed to a lot of things that
Absolutely.
you have to deal with out there. You got to be a different person out there.
Absolutely.
Than you do here.
And you don't want to bring it here, right?
No, you don't.
This is home. This is your safe space.
Yep.
This is, this is the kids. This is the wife. This is the family. This is whatever. And man, like I said, out there is just, you're just another.
It's a different animal. Guy. It's a different animal. I know, a lot of times it's like you get to a point where when you finally unwind and you're done thinking, when you walk inside, you ever have like a blank thought, like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because we're worn down, you know what I mean? Our job doesn't end when we enter in the door, because not only you have your job out there and you're doing everything that you have to do out there, and you come home and you're still a father, you're still a husband, you're still a protector, you're still a giver, you're still a guardian, you're still whatever you are. It never ends, you know what I mean? And that blank thought is my blank thought is just me trying to refocus to what I need to do when I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of like a blur.
Absolutely.
Everything's blurry, and then all of a sudden it just like starts to come into focus.
Absolutely.
And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm dad, or husband.
Right.
I'm this, I'm that. And
it's easy to forget that, man. When you let that out there come in here, man, and it happens way too often, even for myself, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had bad days that I bring home, and anybody that knows me knows that I can be a fucking prick. I can be an asshole. And sometimes I'm just an asshole for the sake of being an asshole.
Sometimes you don't even know you're being an asshole, and you're just doing you. And then all of a sudden it's like,
or I'll say some shit, man.
Yeah.
Some sideways shit. I don't mean nothing by it, but I mean, it's just me.
That was just you being you in that moment. And you had a you moment.
Sometimes when I bring you out there and here, sometimes sometimes people catch strays, man. That's not fair.
Yeah, it's not.
That's not.
But it's always good to if you're married, it's always good to have that partner. Or even if you're not married and you got that boyfriend or girlfriend, it's always good to have that one partner that you can talk to and say things to. That way, when you do come home and you just start, slanging words, they know that that's not you.
Yeah.
Or, and the sucky part about it is even though they know that's not you don't know what kind of day they had, because y'all haven't talked yet.
Absolutely.
And then you start throwing lefts and rights, and then all of a sudden they get up in arms and they start throwing left and rights, and then it turns into something big. And I'm hopefully by the end of the night, when you're getting ready for bed, it gets hashed out.
Right.
Because you don't want to go to bed angry. You don't want to go to bed feeling any kind of way, because when you wake up, your feelings are everywhere and your emotions are everywhere, and you don't know if they're still mad. They don't know if you're still mad, and then it carries over into the next day. And then the shitty part about that is if you got kids, they're seeing and they're listening, that sucks. Yeah.
Kids are quiet, man, but fuck, they see everything.
Not only do they see everything, but their intake of what they see, of what they hear, it is 100% turned on, and they're looking and they're listening. And then the shittier part is they got to go to school And not only do they got to deal with work, with the teacher, with their friends.
Absolutely.
They're also dealing with what they just heard and what they saw. Is mom and dad mad? Like, did I do something?
That's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
And that's what's important about keeping out there and here. That's why that wind down. You
got to separate.
That's why that wind down, even, you know.
And the same thing, like if something happens in the home, you want to keep that in the home. You don't want to go to work and take that to work because now you're taking your issues to work.
Isn't that crazy though? It's two different fucking worlds that you have to live in.
Yeah.
It's two different people you have to be, you know, and that shit's tough. It's tiring.
It's mentally tiring.
It's fucking
mentally tiring. And I think that's why, you know, a lot of men and a lot of women, they need those few minutes in that car, or they just simply driving so slow home that they're just trying to process everything that they just thought, everything that they felt, the argument they had the night before, the sideways email they got from the teacher, from their kid. I mean, we're all processing something in the afternoons. And
absolutely.
And that could be the reason for traffic. Everybody's just kind of slow and
fuck
just
those guys. All right? There's no reason to go on 35. No, you're right, man. It is. And we deal with it every day, and there's a lot to it. And I don't think we talk about it enough. You know what I mean? I don't think that's definitely not brought to light.
We definitely don't talk about it enough.
You know, there's times, I mean, you know, my favorite is too, what I'll do sometimes. That drive home though, you'll turn that radio off. You'll sit in silence. You ever drive silence?
Man, I've driven home numerous times. No radio, no nothing. Just
crazy.
The phone in my seat.
It's not even a quiet ride, bro, because your thoughts are so fucking loud.
Then it gets to a point where it's like, is that light red? Did I run a red light? How did I get from this street to that street?
I've done it. You do that. I call it autopilot.
Yeah, everybody zones out. That's dangerous. That can be
absolutely.
Dangerous. But it sucks because you have so much going on that, like you said, you got to be two different people in two different places at two totally different times.
It's fucking exhausting.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
You know what? But fuck, we do it all the time. We do
good old beer, baby.
No, I just, you know, Mikey, baby.